Just hit record. We'll give it a second. It takes a bit.
We're gonna do it now?
If that's okay, yeah, just real quick. Yeah, we'll just do it live. So you guys are on the spot.
It's like 10 p.m. No makeup. Okay, let's go for it.
Perfect. That's how I want it. It still says it's.
I think Tyler could do better. Your English is
My dog will also give you some feedback.
That's what we want. We need all creeds, colors, species. Awesome, guys. Well, unlike some of our other testimonials, you guys are at the end of the process. I've recorded these before with some other people at the beginning. So I do want to go back in time a little bit. I know it's been several months, but I want to ask you guys about the sprint process, if you remember that, way before we started development. How did you guys feel about the sprint process? Let's say both kind of going into it, like what were your concerns? Was there anything you were worried about? And then on the other side, coming out of it, how did you enjoy, or what did you enjoy about coming out of it?
Shirley, do you want to go first? Or?
In my perspective, the initial part was the most exciting thing for me when it comes to work with you guys, because personally, although I have a lot of experience, like Tyler and I have years of experience in consulting, helping other customers, when it comes to our own product, we had many nuts to, and how do you say that, to leisure, to fix. And working with you was perfect because you had that out of sight of the box thinking.
Yeah, it's all good. It'll catch up.
You could organize better the thoughts we had sometimes. So it's something like Tyler and I discussed for hours, for days, and in less than 2 weeks, we managed to reach that level of details with you guys. We managed to put everything down in paper, organize it from A to Z. So I love that working with you is not just about designing a product. It's about seeing all the vision and the full strategy of the company from A to Z, where you can only not think about MVP, think 5, and that's what you want as a company. I mean, you need someone who has vision, and we have that, of course. But having a team that has a vision, that is not just working for the paycheck, or not just working for like, okay, we develop the MVP and good luck, figure it out. It's not about that. You guys go all the process, and I think that's where we are happy to pay 1,000 times and do it again, and we will recommend you, because I think that's the real value. It's not about even the product itself. It's about the company and the process of going from A to Z. Okay, we're developing only A with you. More be that mindset of all details. I think is really with feet in the ground, doing everything. So it was great.
Awesome. Thank you, Shirley.
Yeah. I feel like before working with you, we'd actually had gone through a few attempts at creating like mock-ups and things like that of what we should have. Oh, we want this. And when you go about it by yourself without another set of eyes, it tends to, in Korean, we would say it goes into the mountains, so to speak.
I love it.
Yes. So it's this thing that happens where you keep adding all these other things, or like, oh, do we really need this? And because it's so in your own head or in your own team's head, it's really hard to move forward. But working with you and Carolina and everybody else on the team, it was just very, it just felt like everything came together much more quickly. And we were able to say, we need this, we want that, but we don't really need that right now. Let's focus on this part that we need and make something that actually really can work when we try to go to market. So that I think that process of decision making and guiding us through that process was really, really helpful. And also it was like a major learning process as well.
Cool. Awesome. That's very, very kind of you guys, the way you both described it. I really appreciate it. I love it's my favorite part of the project too. I mean, like the development, it's it's wonderful also to see the product come alive.
Right.
But that like first, there's so much energy. Everyone's like so. Yeah, I love the sprint. So let's just talk real briefly. I wanted to focus on the sprint, but since you guys are now, we're basically at the end of the road here. It's been several months that we've been working together, which has been really fun for us. How have do you guys have any feedback on the development process itself, kind of the back and forth? I know it's a lot less exciting. There are several weeks in the development process where not much is happening or what you're getting isn't very exciting. But do you guys have any feedback there?
I think in terms of the development process, I'm assuming that you have been very understanding of us as a non-developer team, and you've just been really good at explaining how the things work when we want to change things, and what the process for that is, and making sure that we can go through it in a way that sticks to what our plan is. So overall, that process has been really smooth. Also, another aspect of what we're doing right is, everything's in like Korean, it's in English, it's in Spanish, and it's this very sort of unique, like international trade is a very like unique space, right? So just being able to I guess I didn't really assume that you guys would really be into the idea as much as you were, and be able to like really understand what we were talking about in terms of the business that we're trying to create and help us translate that into the development process. So I feel like that went really well.
Cool. I appreciate that. We lost Shirley again.
Yeah, I appreciate the schedules. I appreciate the processes, because both of us, Tyler and I, we both not are full-time CEOs at the moment, and clearly we both have other projects as well, and the fact that you kept a very tight schedule, like not tight, but that you kept a very proactively reminding, like telling us, guys, this is the deadline, that you organize your time very well and everything is delivered on time. For me, that was priceless. Like having a company that's always ready, deliver on time, because it's not like we didn't think we always delivering. So our that we're like doing our thing always, and it's great. Me that I work with a lot of teams and I work with a lot of companies, and literally having a company deliver on time, for me, it was great. Was one of the best things.
Great. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to record this. And thank you guys so much for taking the time to work with us the last few months. It's been a blast. And to your point, Tyler, I love the product, and I love like I'm a business nerd, like we talk about there being different nerds on our team, and we talk about there being design nerds and development nerds, but the truth is like I'm a business nerd, and I love businesses like your guys. So thank you guys so much for giving us the opportunity to work on it too.
No, we're happy. Yeah, we'll keep in touch anyways after a few weeks.
Of course. And yeah, you guys have us on Slack forever. We're never going to close that Slack channel. So, again, anything you need, you got my email.
And also, sure. And also when we have our website ready for feedbacks or reviews, it will be great if you could give us a review about Heyway.
Yes, of course.
It'd be nice to have a review of like at least working with us wasn't that exciting because we were always lost, but I think it's because we both have crazy works in Korea. I don't know how we managed to pull this. I think honestly speaking, we wouldn't have gone this far if you guys wouldn't have been so diligent.
So true.
To be honest, like Tyler and I, I'm worried now because like now we have to do our job.
I know.
Now it's real. Oh my god, it's real.
Now you're gonna get real busy for a whole other reason.
We both are super excited, but now we realize, okay, the chill part for us is done because now we have something to actually do our job, and that's the most exciting part for us because he's a branding, he's all about marketing and all about sales. But of course, when it comes to product development, maybe we'll have someone like Matt in the team. It would be more interesting and fun for you. But But yeah, you will see it shine. We promise.
Well, whatever we can do to help, even if that's whether that's reviews or building, we can build international sales profiles on the platform if you guys need us here. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, obviously we'll keep in touch. I'll keep this call on the calendar for next week. And then after that, we'll see about, maybe we drop off, but let me know.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you so much for everything.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
If you have, I recommend you so much because so many startups, even I work in the K Startup campus and every company is needing help, something like you. So
really appreciate it. The last thing I will say, we are starting a podcast and we're interviewing folks like you. I'm still setting it up, but once we have it set up, it'd be fun to get you guys to come back in, especially maybe after a couple of your conversations once you have the platform. It's really fun for people to hear stories like yours, because there is a narrative in the world of startups that what you guys just did isn't possible, and that's totally not true. So yeah, anyway, so that's something else for the future to think about. So
for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, guys. Have a great night, get some rest, and we'll see you guys later.
Yes,
Yes, sounds good.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.